Welcome to the Joy Buzzer.
Could it be? Could it be? It is out of here! I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
At the 20, at the 15, 10-5, touchdown!
My brain just sparkles.
And now for our feature presentation.
Give me a hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God damn, you guys are loud. Every week.
We're here. This is the Joy Buzzer. It's Friday night. We're in beautiful Cherry Hill.
Eating Mike's in Cherry Hill.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting, run by Tom DeFranco and Big Chad.
Chad Daly.
I was getting there.
You
Trying
took
to
too long.
build it up. Nikki Cole is here.
Yes, I am. I'm here. I'm ready to rock. Somebody's got a paper with a phone number on it. We'll
That's
get to
right.
We'll get to it in a couple
And who
minutes.
has it? The instigator, Rob C.
I wish I had something witty to say today.
Nothing
But I
witty to
don't.
say?
You don't.
Nope,
You don't.
I do not have
You do
anything
not.
witty. That's for later.
I'm the commish.
Do
This is
not.
the Joy Buzzer.
Shan't not.
Mr. Peterson's already joined us on YouTube. Hello, Mr. Peterson. Good to have you with us.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
Where was I going to go with this?
And
Nick, where do they find us?
They find us right here on the beautiful airways and video waves of YouTube, where we go live and you can see our video anytime you want because they stay there. We don't have to do anything. They just stay there. But if you want to listen to our voices only, you can check us out on iTunes and Stitcher
Yep. Our podcasts are available right there. And for tonight,
for free.
Do we have a phone line tonight?
Sure. Never checked
not?
it, but okay.
Why not? So if Mr. Peterson and anybody else listening out there wants to join us, come join us and call us on the Joy Buzzer phone line, 856-330-4749. That's 856-330-4749. That number that's on your screen right next to the commish.
Why do you always point at me when you're doing the phone number?
Because I want you to remember it because I know I can't.
That's all right. In my head, I was doing the old one. I'm like, nah, oh, well, not
What
that
old one?
Not that one. What?
What old one? There's no old one.
Exactly.
There's no old one. It's only new.
This.
It's only new.
It's this.
Only now.
It's only
Only now.
YouTube.
We look at the future.
YouTube. YouTube.
YouTube. YouTube. All right, let's get this period
All right,
started,
so-
gentlemen. Yes.
The Eagles last Thursday night, 10 days ago, 20, whatever the hell it was,
20 days ago, yes.
laid just an ass whooping on the Giants. From the first play at the line of scrimmage to the last play of the game,
Well needed.
the Eagles dominated the Giants.
They needed to do that.
And a quick question, are the Giants that bad or are the Eagles that good?
We'll find out
I
now.
don't want to hear yes. I want to hear which one.
I guess we'll find out Sunday against Carolina.
See, no. We're not talking about Carolina yet. I want to know the way the Eagles dominated that game last week. Were the Eagles that good or were the Giants that bad? Don't even think about Sunday yet. Think about Thursday.
But that's what you got.
You got to play the opponent in front of you.
It's a divisional game.
Yeah.
So you got to throw that out the window.
Throw what out the
You
window?
always play your division different. It doesn't matter, what the records are, what the stats are. You always play a division opponent different. Whether they can carry this on for the rest of the season, I don't think so.
Yeah, unless you're a certain basketball
I do
team
think-
that opens the season.
So in that opinion,
against a
then the
division.
Giants are that bad.
I do think the Giants
and the Eagles
are that
aren't
bad.
that good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's leaning more towards the Giants just suck.
Okay. What about you there, Instigator? What do you think?
Oh, no, I think the Eagles are definitely the class of the division, and they showed why. I think they're way better than the Giants, at least.
You're
They're
dancing around the question.
I'm not dancing around the
Let 'em
question.
get there. Give 'em a minute.
The Eagles, it was the Eagles being very good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But are they that good?
They're-
Will they, as Nick said, they won't put it together for the rest of the season. Do you think they will put it together like they did Thursday night, the rest of the games of the season?
Not that they won't put it together for the rest of the season. I just mean that the Giants are that bad that it made us look like mid-form last season.
Because Mr. Peterson thinks they are that good.
I think they're that good, and they're definitely the class of the division.
I do believe that. It is us.
So I'm gonna. This Giants game is actually gonna be a precursor for all the Cowbitches fans, all the
It's a
fans,
Kickstarter.
yeah, all the fans of that racist team in Washington, and anybody else in the
That's
division.
the Redskins, by the way.
Yeah, anybody else in the division. That, you know what, you guys could do the rubber arm walk or whatever, whoever you beat and stuff. But coming down the pike, the Eagles are the best team in this division, and they're gonna lay a whooping on you.
Not according to Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin says it's the Cowboys, the class of the division.
Okay, really?
I'm just saying.
Are we going by that now?
Because the way
Michael Irvin has not been right since he accidentally fell on his head twice on that Vet
at the
Stadium
vet,
turf.
yes, beautiful thing.
Actually, it wasn't by accident. It was done on purpose by, God rest his soul, Mr.
Wesley Hopkins.
Mr. Wesley Hopkins. Wes Hopkins.
He didn't even know. Yeah, rest of the soul.
All right,
But I do this. This needs to be the kickstart.
okay.
We played with the help of the Giants sucking. We played almost a complete game. Everything worked. Everything fired for the most part the way it should have.
Now, my next question about that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm scared.
We have 10 games left. Right?
Already?
We have 10 games. Now, 5 of them.
Hold on a second.
5 of them were against the division.
And how many games do we have left?
We have 10. 5 against the division.
I'm bringing it back.
Yeah.
And then the 5 against non-division ones, which we have Carolina this coming Sunday, Jacksonville the following Sunday.
In London.
We have the Rams to come,
the Lambs.
and who are the other 2 games we have?
Dickie Hurts.
Christ, here we
yeah,
go.
come on.
Houston.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're the 5 outside of division games we have left.
Right.
Chess.
The way I'm looking at it, this is just me.
Yes.
I think we run a division this year.
From the look at it, yeah.
6-0 in a division this year. That's just my opinion. I'm probably going to be way off base. So if that's the case, and we're not, and that's 9 wins, of the 5 outside of division, how many do we win?
We'll find out Sunday.
Well, we'll take it like this. We'll take devil's advocate because, you know.
It's a sports show. We have to.
What about if we just split the rest of the? How many games we got? Is it 5 games?
We've
Five
5
games.
outside of division.
5
Five outside
the division games, and we've already lost what 2, 3, I think.
2. We lost
2.
to the Bucks.
Well, we
and
lost to the
Vikings.
Bucks and to the Vikings.
Right.
So that would be 5,
Well, that would be-
7.
and
What
and
about
the
if we go
Colts.
4? And
beat the Colts.
We beat the Colts.
We did beat the Colts.
Yeah.
Who's the other
So
loss?
that's
though?
8. I don't know.
We have 3 losses.
Yeah, it was the Bucks, the Vikings, and Tennessee.
And
Tennessee,
Tennessee.
that's what it is.
So 2 out of conference games. And
Right.
Stuff. But so let's say for the remainder of their games, because they got 5.
5 out of 5
out of
yeah, 'cause
whatever. What about if they go 3-2?
Well, I mean, if they sweep the division, I don't want to say that's guaranteed playoffs, but might it be damn close?
Oh
Sure.
yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah, absolutely.
You
There's-
like I said,
but-
but I'm not worried about the division.
Yeah, I'm not talking
Even-
about playoffs yet. I'm
Yeah.
just talking about how many games they will win outside of their division. 'Cause it
Of these
starts this
remaining
week.
5 games.
Of the remaining 5 games starting this week with Carolina, because I think we
2?
win this
3?
week.
I'm gonna say 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 3 out
2
of
or
those 5.
3. I don't think.
I don't think we can go back into LA this year and beat LA.
I don't think so. Either.
Because they're not going to let our fans in. We ran that stadium last
Probably.
year.
And if that game's in New Orleans, are we playing New Orleans in New Orleans?
I believe it is.
Yes.
Right.
We were
so
playing them in
that,
New
That's
Orleans.
a tough.
That could be a
think-
tough one.
Yeah, I think
It's
we
a
lose
tough
that
place to
game.
play.
I don't know, because they always come up here in the playoffs and kick our ass. So
Well, but that's Drew
maybe
Brees
maybe
and
we
stuff.
can do it down there.
I
It's a
think
tough
that's
place to
loss
play.
too. But I think we beat Carolina. I think we beat Jacksonville, and I think we beat Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if just as the standpoint of Giants probably should have beat Carolina.
Yeah.
Carolina got
I was
lucky
gonna
with a
mention
last-second field goal.
Yeah, 63-yard
And
field goal.
we beat the piss out of New York.
Right.
we should be able to win against Carolina. Easy.
Which is, and I'm looking at stats on NFL.com for this Eagles Panthers game, and I can't believe that the Giants ran up and down and scored 30 some odd points on a defense that's supposedly ranked 4th in the league.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think it's 4th in the league.
I don't get these stats.
Well,
Yeah.
Is it rushing defense or total defense?
Apparently, it's total defense
Are you
because.
sure about that one?
Right.
Oh yeah, it has.
Total.
I think it's total defense because apparently they're. Well, here's. I don't understand.
Does
any
this
of-
come from like Jim's Grill and Stats?
No, this is from the NFL.com.
Bob's Fish and Tackle plus Stats?
They said apparently the Panthers are ranked 28th in offense. They're 4th in
I
defense.
believe it, 28th.
They're 28th in passing, and they're 10th in rushing. So I don't understand how their defense is ranked 4th if the Giants.
What are you on? Are you on? You're on this year's, right?
I am on this year
Because I have their defense ranked 14th on NFL.com.
I'm on NFL.com. I'm on the game preview for
Stat
this
check.
This says league rankings.
league rankings.
This has. Let's see. This has
Let-
offense is
Let me
22nd.
see what you got. Let me see what yours looks like.
yeah, let's see what yours looks like.
Is that the same?
Click in the game center. Click in that game center.
All right, let's go game center.
Go to the game center.
Okay, I'll let that load.
Let that load.
It'll take a minute.
Dude. Meanwhile, let's talk.
Oh, Mr. Peterson, let's see what you had to say. He took one too many shots to the head. I think you're talking about Rob C. 3-2. Okay, in those 5, you're thinking 3-2. I
3 and
agree
2.
with that.
3 and 2.
Yeah,
And
so literally in that page they have different rankings.
Yeah, it's the same one. And does it say 4 on yours too?
Yeah, it says defense ranked 4th, but if you go back to
To
the
the-
pre-page, it says they're ranked 14th.
I'm so confused.
I'm so
This is NFL.com.
That's the NFL.com. That's what I'm going by.
Rat bastards.
What the
Unbelievable.
hell?
Unbelievable.
So if you go by one
Well,
stat, they're
we'll
a good
just-
team.
We'll just
you go
say
by
it this
the
way. Carolina's defense is pretty good. It's not great.
Not great.
It's not world beaters.
Well,
it's
what-
pretty good.
What would
I
be the
can't
average?
trust their
what are they?
stats now.
Right, 8th now, 9th,
Right.
average 14.
But as you're saying, yes, the Giants did run up and down the field, especially in the second half.
yes.
They ran up and down the field. They got Odell Beckham deep and all that, which we took away the deep ball for Odell.
Right. Surprisingly.
Right. And offense.
With our 17th ranked defense.
offense, and I've been saying this for 2 years
12.
now. Is there a more overrated player in the world than Cam Newton? I don't think there is.
Thought it was OBJ.
No, I think Cam Newton is the most overrated player in all of football, maybe all of sports.
I don't know if these stats are legit.
Possible.
and
I don't know.
stuff,
I
but
can't go by the stats.
I can't go by the stats,
The
but he's
NFL
already,
stats
he's
are
already
12.
thrown for almost 1,200 yards, got 9 touchdowns, 4 picks.
So that's about 900 yards.
Yeah, in real football stats.
In real football stats, about 900 yards. It's a couple extra picks.
1,200 yards in 6 games, so he's throwing 200 yards a game. That's not a lot. Not in today's NFL.
No, it's
Yeah,
really.
It's true. It's true.
Hey, you look at
And-
what
and the-
Rapies does every week. He throws
Right.
500 every
Right,
week.
and the touchdowns to interceptions ratios, you got 9 touchdowns, 4 picks.
Every 2
It's-
picks, every 2 passes, or every,
Every
2
two
touchdowns
touchdowns
is an
is an
interception.
interception.
Right.
Yeah,
Not
I
a
don't.
good
I don't. Number one, I think his receivers are terrible.
Yeah, it was
Funches,
Funches and
and-
McCaffrey.
right, and our
Funches.
old friend Torrey Smith,
Greg Olson, when he's not hurt.
right.
Right. Well, Funches leads that team with 23 receptions and 312
Well,
yards.
there's your first problem.
Yeah.
If Funches leads that team in receptions.
Funches. That sounds like a snack.
It does.
Yeah.
And their only weapon truly is, well, outside of Cam Newton, is Christian McCaffrey.
Which
Right.
is a pretty decent weapon.
Yeah, but
He's
if
kinda-
you
he's
know it's going to him, it kind of takes him away.
Because he's kind of like a
Right.
Barkley.
Yeah.
So if we can shut
Oh,
down.
don't, whoa. Don't compare him to Barkley.
No,
Not after what Barkley did.
I mean, he can roll out. You can throw to him. He can run. It's that kind of player. Definitely not the same caliber. I mean, Barkley
He's definitely not the same caliber.
All right. That camera's just on me, by the way, so nobody can see what you're doing. Right.
Sorry.
I'm just saying, it's if that's the only thing we got to be afraid of. Clearly, that didn't work with us against the Giants.
Right.
One guy is going to beat our entire defense. The guy, I mean,
I don't know.
Barkley still put up what 150 in the first half.
Barkley tried. He
Tried,
tried.
didn't succeed.
No, but he
No,
tried.
But he looked fantastic, though. So.
Yep. And
But-
I won't compare Eli to Cam Newton.
Two different brands of quarterbacks.
Yeah, two different
Right.
types. One's a dopey
They
hillbilly.
both
and the other
throw.
one's
They
a-
both throw it away, but Cam, you
pilot.
just have to worry about running. What's a pilot?
One's a
Hey.
dopey hillbilly, the other one.
Cam, you just got to worry
was a
about
pilot.
you got to worry about running on you.
Yeah, and that's his thing.
That's what you don't have to worry about. I mean, you can if you can rattle him. Clearly, see what Denver did in the Super Bowl against them years ago. You rattle him, he's not even going to die for a loose ball.
He's a big baby.
Right. So I mean, just
he's not as smart.
You know what? I just don't like him. I wanted to like him because when he came in the league and he had the big arm and he ran, and
couldn't
all this,
touch him.
right? And
He
I
was
wanted to
an
like him.
untouchable guy.
But then you see what a freaking douchebag he is when he does his little dance after every play and the dabbing and the Superman shit after a first down and touchdown. Give me a break. Just play ball.
Right.
Just play football. Don't do this dancing shit because nobody cares except you.
right.
So
The only thing
That's right, Pops. Let's go back. Hold on a second.
gonna go way back in the
Here we
way
go.
back.
We're gonna go.
Way back machine.
Let's get there.
Like,
There it
There it
is.
is. Go ahead, Pops. Tell us how we used to play.
Hey,
There we
you
go.
get up, you brush yourself off, and you get the ball back to the referee and walk back to the line of scrimmage. That's all you got to do.
That's it. That's it.
That's all you gotta do.
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
All the ships at sea.
children of
coming
all
to you
ages.
from Municipal Stadium,
Municipal Stadium. From Shea Stadium in New York.
leather helmets.
Just yelling stuff now.
Rah, rah, rah.
Rah, 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 rah.
So, but do you agree with
I
me that Cam Newton overrated, not as good as he thinks he is?
He is now. Wasn't when he came in the league, but he is now.
Okay.
He could still be dangerous in some games.
I don't think
That's the
he-
one thing.
I don't think.
The thing with Cam,
I definitely think the Super Bowl hurt him a lot.
Mm.
So, but he's not what he used to be.
Right.
You
Well-
figure it's one of those players that you figure out. Now you know how to shut him down.
Right.
He's still a threat to run. He still can run. He's still a big dude. So you got to make sure you tackle him.
right.
But you rattle him, he's going to throw it to
Right.
the other team.
But
That's-
on the other sense of that, if you don't rattle him, you don't get to him, and they can create a pocket, and he can sit back there and not have to worry about rushing or anything,
Yeah.
he could pick you apart. The arm is still there. And, he
Yeah.
doesn't have weapons, but you give any NFL quarterback any amount of time,
Yeah.
they're going to rip you
But
to
you know
shreds.
what? His accuracy has always been questioned. I don't think he's the most accurate quarterback.
But again, you give any NFL quarterback enough time, they'll get accurate enough.
Could
They'll
you-
get accurate enough to beat you.
Because you figure accuracy
hope
isn't a
so.
big thing for him because he can run.
Yeah.
He is mobile.
Okay.
If he can't throw it 20 yards down the field, he'll run for it.
All right, I want to bring it real quick. Mr. Peterson makes a good question. Do you think Le'Veon Bell will be joining us on the gridiron this season?
Are we saving that for potpourri, or are we doing that
Well, no,
now?
I'm not doing it now. We're talking about the Eagles, and I'll be honest.
I don't.
I'm leaning towards yes. I'm leaning toward. I
'cause
wasn't.
He's supposed to cut. Isn't he
He's
making
supposed
to
a
this
con-
week.
he
He has
make-
to-
yeah,
and
because
he
it's
has
their bye
reported.
week.
I'm leaning towards.
Doesn't he have to
yes.
be traded though?
Yes.
You can't. Yeah, he's still the
He's gotta
property of the
He's
Steelers.
the property of the Steelers, so you have to make
He
the
has
deal
to
You
with
have
the
to make
Steelers.
a deal.
You have to make the
He
deal
doesn't,
with
he
the
doesn't have to
Steelers.
report.
No. Oh, he doesn't have to report
doesn't
at
have to
all.
report.
No.
I thought I heard he
You just-
had to
no,
report.
all you can obtain his rights through a trade.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I get it's through Steelers. He's not a free agent.
No,
But
no,
Right.
but he doesn't have to report to be traded.
Right. The only
I don't know if I
he
want
has
him.
to report to get some sort of compensation.
Yeah, I mean he'll have to come in to make his money this year.
right.
You know, if he does.
Right.
But other than that,
That's
you know, and I got to be honest, I'm leaning towards yes. I think the Eagles are going to try and
the thing that
Yeah.
just
'Cause
scares
I
me.
don't see, I don't see another team at the 11th hour. The Eagles should be a front runner. Howie should be on the line with.
guess
the
we don't have a
Steelers
running
every
back.
day.
but the question is, who do you give up? You got to give up somebody.
Ajayi.
But you got enough draft picks.
Yeah, it's good.
I
He's
think
like
the
him. He
Steelers-
can take
But
small
they
penis.
want a good player as well. They don't just want draft picks.
Well,
they want a player.
The other one they
Well,
were talking
I
about was
think
Nick
they can-
Foles.
Right, but
They,
you're
I
not
don't
going
think they want.
You're
Nick
not going
Foles.
to trade Le'Veon Bell for Nick Foles.
No.
And had a high draft pick.
Well, you
You're
know
still
they
gonna
got.
do that. Not. I mean, yeah, Roethlisberger's
'Cause-
coming towards the end,
Oh,
but
You
Foles
traded-
only has 1 or 2 more years left.
I
as
mean,
well.
Roethlisberger always gets hurt, and he's
Well,
always missing a game here and there. Sorry.
What good player do that? We could give him Josh Adams, your favorite running back, Josh
They're not-
Adams.
They're going to want more than that.
Well, you give him Josh Adams, and you give him
Mills.
two
you're
number
giving,
twos
You're giving away one of the top 3 running backs in football
that you can't play for your team anymore.
that doesn't want to play for your team anymore.
That doesn't want to play, and you've already got a back in there that's filling some of that role
Connor's
very
playing
well.
very well.
Connors is playing very well.
He's not
You
Bell.
give him another back that's already who's a young back that they can control, who is somewhat decent. Notre Dame, good pedigree, and is already in season mode. and then you give them 2 number 2s. You know, two second-round draft picks
Yeah.
next year.
I
a
still
lot.
wouldn't take it.
You,
Nope.
you wouldn't take that?
I think they'll take the 2 second-round picks, but they want a better player than Josh Adams.
The whole thing that was going back and forth was Bell or getting Shady back.
I don't want Shady.
I would have
You-
taken Shady.
No, you don't want
No,
Shady.
I
You
don't
don't
want
want
Shady.
Shady.
I don't want Bell. Shady
Shady's,
hasn't.
number one, he's on the wrong side of 30. Number
Right.
2, he's
Right.
just a knucklehead.
Yeah, you don't want
but
that extra
he's
baggage.
He's
Right.
a knucklehead, but he has the baggage off the field. Whereas Bell's shit is in the locker room. His offensive line is trash talking him. That's a problem.
It could be a problem, but that's a different locker room.
Right.
You know,
It is,
and
but
you know what?
it's you don't
Here's the
see
thing
that
about-
stuff going on with Bell.
Here's the thing
or
about
with
Bell, though.
Shady.
Lev Bell pulled no punches. He said, I am not going to play under this current deal. I am not going to sign that franchise tender. He told everybody from day one,
Right.
I'm not going to do this. So he's a man of his word.
Right.
He
Man of
said
the word,
he's
but
not
what
going
does
to
that-
show up and play.
What does that do? That just
It-
F's over
well,
that
then,
team.
you know what? It puts the onus on the Steelers organization. They've done nothing.
Right.
They've done, I mean,
Because they
they
told him this is what your deal is.
Right.
Right.
You don't have to sign it.
You don't have
Right,
and
so he
that's
doesn't
and
play.
that's and honestly, the Steelers, you know, as a franchise, they don't really sign a lot of big contracts except for, of course, what Rapiesburger's probably got a big one.
Brown. Does Brown have a big contract?
I don't know. I think Browns is still coming up. I'm not sure. But historically, they're not a big flashy franchise. You're a Steeler, you're a Steeler for life or whatever, and that's the way they manage it.
Right.
So, you know, having Le'Veon Bell is a man of his word. You know, he said he wasn't going to play, but now the onus is going to be on the Eagles. How he's going to say, look, you're going to play for us this year. We'll negotiate in good faith.
Right.
You know what you do. If not, we'll give you your outright release because basically they're looking to rent Le'Veon Bell for the rest of the year.
Yeah, because you said
know.
they're not going to be able to afford him next
They won't
year.
be able to afford him, especially if they got to pay Wentz.
That's what I mean.
Right.
Like you're having this
Right.
problem, so you're
So now-
you're renting a player for a little bit. You're gonna give up a lot
That's the thing. You're
for
gonna-
5 games.
That's
Right.
why. That's my question now. You know, how much are you willing to give up for 6 games, and that's it, and maybe playoffs? You know, are you willing to give up 2 second-round picks and a Nick Foles? Just throwing that throwing
Right.
it out there. I think
No.
that's too much to give up.
That's a lot.
So I think, and now that it's coming down to the
Unless-
trade deadline's coming up, I think the Steelers are going to have to come down off their demands and maybe
It
just
is.
go with the 2 second-round picks
That-
or 1 second-round pick and a good player.
That wouldn't be a lot if this team was actually looking like it could repeat. If this team was running full steam, everything go, and we just lost a running back, then it's like, okay, what do we need to do? They would probably give up a little more. The fact that we're kind of hurting in everything, and it is
Right.
a lot tough. It is
Eh,
tough to repeat.
And you
Sure
got to
it
think
is.
the Steelers actually have the leverage because they went in to Cincinnati last week, right? Beat the Bengals and are now what in
think
first place in
tied
that
for
division.
first.
They're
Yeah.
tied for first in that division
Yeah.
with the tiebreaker.
Yep. And Connors is playing very
and
well.
Connors is
He's
playing-
playing well.
So
That's-
they literally are just on the. They don't have to trade him.
But
you
now,
know.
talking about Connor and Bell, let's just say it. I'm just throwing this out there. It's late December. Pittsburgh's driving down the field. You got like a 3rd and 2.
Yes.
Would you rather give the ball
Josh
to Connor
Adams.
or would you rather give the ball to Bell? I'd much rather give the ball to Bell than Connor, only because Bell's a proven running back, proven winner, and Connors is a great unknown.
I'll give
I
it
don't
to
think-
Josh Adams.
I know you would. You know why? 'Cause
That's
he's
how
a-
I'd sell
He's
it.
a Notre Dame boy.
Wow.
Is he too much unknown anymore?
Yeah, because he hasn't faced any true adversity. You know?
He got thrown in the mix when he should have been, the
But-
number 2.
Ah.
And he's been filling.
And the thing
not-
is, his offensive
he's not
linemen
going to fill shoes, but he's
apparently
been doing
love this
decent.
kid. So
Right. Of course they love him.
Well, he's not trash talking him.
Exactly.
well,
And he's helping them win.
I was gonna say he's
keeping his
helping
head.
him win.
He's
yeah.
keeping his head down, and that's it. So
I don't know. I think just Bell, unless we were actually extremely competitive right now, I don't think Bell's a good sign. I think it's too much, and it's not.
well, the thing
Especially
is, though,
for
you better
7 games.
You better have faith in the running back core that you have.
right.
You better hope that
I don't.
that Corey Clement
Which is
and
why I think they bring Bell in.
Mr. Little Penis
Right.
and Josh Adams can carry a good enough load.
'Cause,
And honestly, Clement and Smallwood are pretty much mirror images of each other. They're little scat backs or whatever.
Yeah.
Josh Adams, honestly, he's too young.
Bigger dude.
And-
Oh, yeah.
and
He doesn't have the experience.
He doesn't
at
have the
all.
experience, and
Right.
and as much as the kid's okay and stuff, and as much as he reminds me of Eric Dickerson, that straight up running style of his is going to get him killed.
Yeah, it's gonna get him hurt.
It's going to get him hurt.
Yep. And let's face it, there's a chance Sproles doesn't play until like week 10.
Right.
Week 11,
I'm not
if
counting
at
on
all.
Sproles.
I,
If at
I
all.
think
Right.
Sproles is done.
Yep.
They have to stop thinking,
Yeah,
next
honestly.
week.
Right.
Football terms, he's an old guy.
Yeah, he
he
is.
has a major injury for a running back.
Yeah.
If you have to take Foles off the table, he's done.
Right.
So you don't look at, oh, we have a third
Not
running back in
Foles.
the wing.
You said
Sproles.
Foles.
I did say
You said Foles.
yeah. He's a damn good running back, man.
Yeah, Nick Foles. Right now, Nick Foles is probably a better running back.
He probably, yeah, he is. God, that's slow.
Okay, so since we thoroughly covered the Eagles-Carolina game,
Oh, did we?
who's your pick? Who do you got?
The Eagles at home should win this game
yeah, I
and
think-
win this game by decently.
I think home is going to play a big advantage in their favor.
I'm picking the Eagles too. I'm sure Zach was going to pick the Carolina
It
Panthers.
doesn't matter anymore.
We're going to give him Carolina.
Yeah, you know what? Let's give. I
Eagles
told
hands
him,
down for
He
Mr.
had an
Peterson.
Thank you, Mr.
ultimatum.
Peterson.
He had an ultimatum to get his picks in, and he didn't.
No, he
and
didn't.
I told him we'll give him every underdog.
Yep. So we're
So-
going to give him Carolina.
So he gets Carolina.
He gets Carolina.
Carolina the underdog in this? Or just
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
they're
Carolina.
underdog.
we're just making them the underdog.
No,
No,
they're
no,
the
they're
underdog.
the underdog.
They're the underdog.
Do we
Rah,
don't
rah,
need to
rah,
check.
rah, rah,
We don't
rah,
need
rah,
to check the.
rah, rah, rah.
Yeah, we don't need to check the
Give
slips.
me a belt.
Jeez.
All right.
That's last week's episode.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back from said break, it's time for the greatest segment in the history of sports radio and blogging. It is
The end of the period. Go.
next game coming up. You're listening to the Joy Buzzer, sports talk with a buzz.
Just admit it. What you're doing right now is working, but it's not ideal. Before attending the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, I worked retail, and now I'm working for a major radio station in the Philadelphia market. There's a campus right here in the Philadelphia area. Visit gocsb.com or call 1-800-TV-RADIO.
I am the commish,
And I'm Rob C, the instigator.
Nicky Cola over here.
and we are the Joy Buzzer, the premier sports talk show, sports talk with a buzz.
And if you like our new sports talk channel here on YouTube Live, please subscribe.
And if for some crazy reason you like the show, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get our notifications so when we go live, you're right here with us.
And we are back. Boy, that was a long break.
I feel like they're getting shorter and
I
shorter.
think so.
I don't have time to set shit up for the next segment.
And what's that next segment?
Next game.
The next game.
Oh, we're doing stats first?
we doing stats
we got to do stats first.
We gotta
Let's do stats
How
first.
bad did I get my ass kicked last week?
It was a pretty brutal week for all of us.
Oh,
What?
boy, I'll bet.
I thought I went undefeated.
If I,
Again.
Yeah, again.
Maybe after the first game.
So we had 2 ties.
Oh, shit. Did we really?
Everybody tied, basically. So at the bottom was me and Rob C.
What?
It's 6 and 8.
Oh.
And the father and
You
son
mean-
duo went 7-7.
So we get the fart this week?
We get the fart this week.
All right.
So for
Don't call it a comeback.
overall, Zach's still at the bottom.
So he gets the fart, the overall fart.
Commish is next,
He-
and then me and the instigator. Stayed the same as last week.
we get things.
But I picked up a game on you.
You did pick up a game
I'm
on
coming.
me.
Here I come.
Coming for second place.
Coming
I'm
for mediocrity.
I'm scared. I'm terrified.
Terrified.
Don't be scared.
Very terrified.
Don't be scared.
Terrified.
Don't worry. I'm going to put you guys all away starting right now.
You taking a commercial break?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm so confused. I thought we were doing next game.
Maybe
We're
we
doing
are.
next
Maybe we
game.
are.
Right.
Maybe I had the wrong thing loaded up.
Okay.
Maybe that wasn't my fault.
There it is.
Ah!
I apologize.
Yeah. Get funky.
Oh, we do it.
Taking the lead.
Rob,
Extended.
Sing, first game.
Damn, you're gonna yell. Get away from the mic.
Game. First game. First game.
Better.
First game. First game is the game in London. I can't hear myself in my headset anymore.
That's gonna have to turn you down because you're screaming.
What?
The Titans
Better.
of Tennessee are at the San Diego Los Angeles Clippers at 9:30 in the morning. I guess that's the London game.
Wait. You know what I just noticed before we get started? The three of us look pretty freaking stupid all wearing blue shirts.
What are you talking about? Rocking the colors. Am I blue?
Okay, get back to
Am
what you're
I
saying.
blue?
Wow, yeah.
Texans, Chargers from London.
Gay?
Texans, Chargers, London. Go.
We're trying to avoid this game because it's going to suck. I'm taking the Texans, by the way.
Really?
I'm taking the Texans. Yes. I think it's the defense. Now,
You mean Titans?
you said Texans.
I said Titans.
What did he say? Tell me honestly, what did he say?
I thought I heard Texans.
Thank you very much. Well, I
Boo!
changed my tune.
Boo!
Then I'm taking the Chargers. I thought it was the Texans. Then I'm taking
It's the Titans.
the Los Angeles Clippers.
The Los Angeles
I'm
Clippers.
taking the Choppers.
What the hell is going on right now?
All right.
I honestly thought he said
he's yelling
Texans.
Texans. He did say Texans.
Because I was looking at my sheet and I'm like,
You know what I was looking at the. But it is the Titans. It is the Tennessee Titans and the LA Chargers from London.
I'm taking the Clippers.
we waiting for me?
Yes.
I don't know. Whichever team plane lands first. We're on the way out, too. That could work.
Okay.
I don't know. I think this is going to be a boring game.
Probably. Although I did put Mariota into my starting lineup this week since AA Ron's on bye.
Wait a minute. So what team are you going?
I'm going with the Chargers.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I think Phillip Rivers and that Chargers team, they did a romp city on their last opponent, if I remember correctly.
Cleveland.
They romped up on
Yeah,
Cleveland.
they destroyed
So-
Cleveland.
Yeah.
So this is they're feeling good going into this trip. It's a long trip or whatever.
Feeling decent.
Feeling decent. Feeling. You know.
This could be
hefty.
the start of the big letdown every year like they do.
Exactly.
This is where the legend begins. Or
Excellent.
ends.
Or ends. Yeah. But I'm taking the LA Chargers.
I'm going Tennessee.
All right.
Just for the hell of it.
And I guess we'll give Zach Tennessee.
Zach will get Tennessee.
I guess so.
Yeah.
We're still letting him play this game?
And Mr. Peterson went with the Chargers.
Outstanding.
Fair enough.
All right.
Oh, look at that. He got all his picks in
Yeah,
there.
he
Damn.
does. Zach couldn't do that, but Mr. Peterson
Mr.
does.
There you go,
Peterson
Mr.
can get a
Peterson.
Jesus. Can you talk to my son and tell him next game?
Game. Those
Nicely done.
Houston Texans.
Oh, now they're playing.
And now they're playing. Travel to Jacksonville to take on.
Oh, shit.
Shit. Here it comes.
Cool.
All right, Shano. Blake Bortles. Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles,
Blake Bortles.
put your headset on.
Not until that song's over.
All right, there it is.
It's
over.
never going to be over. That will never die, and I think it's from like 4 years ago.
Awful. Just awful. No, I've taken the Jags every week, and every week they seem to get their ass kicked.
Yeah, way to go. Because they're the best team in the league, right?
Yeah,
Ever since
Ever since I said that, they have not won.
You
That's
Claude
right.
Giroux, though.
I did.
Totally.
You Claude Giroux,
I
though.
did.
You bastard. So
I did.
hold on. So give them. How many years ago was that? 4? And then Giroux finally turns it around. So Jacksonville will win the Super Bowl in 4 years.
Why? What are the Flyers won?
I'm talking about just Giroux in general. He had the best career ever, like last season. So
And he won what?
that was like 4 years ago.
But what
for
did he
when-
win?
Just let it the fuck go.
You know what? I'm going to keep picking
You know what?
Jacksonville till after the Eagles game.
He
So
won
I'm
the-
taking Jacksonville.
He won the Bobby Clark Award.
I'm going
All
Houston.
right.
We're talking football right now.
I'm going Houston.
I'm going to Jacksonville Jaguars.
I think Houston get this done
Let
since
them
they're
keep-
playing 2
let them
games this
keep
week.
losing.
It is Blake Bortles. Deshaun Watson. Has he turned the corner?
I know Houston's playing 2 games this week. I think they got the second one. How are they going to get to London and then to Jackson?
Right,
Yeah,
that's
how are
tough.
they
That's
going to
impressive.
jerk offs? Just for that, I'm going to pick the Jaguars. How's that?
Taking Jacksonville also. Hopefully they keep losing until after they play the Eagles.
Yeah, there you go.
And Mr. Peterson also took the Jags. Good pick. Just like me.
Boo, boo.
You and I, Mr. Peterson, we're going to take it all the way. Swear to God. Next game!
You're in third place.
Game.
For now.
Next game, those Minnesota Vikings travel up to New York to take on the legend, the start of the legend, Darnold and the New York Jets.
You don't know his first name, do you?
Mr. Darnold.
Every
Is
week.
it Trace?
Every-
Is it Chase?
Trace
Sam.
McSorley.
Is it Sam?
Sam. Sam.
Is it
your,
Biff?
Your wife.
It's Todd.
Todd Dirtle.
Todd Darnold.
I kind of like that.
I do too,
It
actually.
rolls off the
Joe
tongue.
Darnold.
All right, now the last time the Vikings played an AFC East team, it was the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo
know what
Bills
happened there.
kicked their ass.
All the way back to Buffalo.
Yeah, they did.
And I think it was in Buffalo.
No, it was in Minnesota.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
Minnesota.
Oh, it was
they
in
came with
Minnesota.
it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So now the question is, who does Minnesota play next week? Because that's who probably they're looking at now. They're not even looking at the Jets. But I'm still going to pick Minnesota just because I don't think the Jets are ready to compete with the good teams.
I think after that game, they've been paying attention to the teams right in front of them.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was.
Very embarrassing.
I'm taking Minnesota.
Same here. I'm going to take it because I need Kirk Cousins to have a monster game for fantasy for me.
I'm going
So-
Jets.
What the hell?
What the hell?
just
Yeah,
gonna-
just for
honestly-
your just for your concept right there. Maybe they did look past them.
Put Zach down for the Jets as well.
All right,
Exactly.
So Zach will go with me this week.
Did we give Zach a vote from last game, the Jacksonville game?
We did
Yeah,
not.
Or
we
give him
did
Jacksonville.
No, hold on.
Give him Houston?
Give him Houston.
All right, give him
Yeah,
Houston.
So he's picking my team too.
Right.
Yeah.
Next game.
Next
It's
game,
gonna be another bad week. At least we're all splitting this week.
those New England Patriots travel to the windy city of Chicago to take on Mitch and Mac. Mitch and Mac. Those Chicago Bears. Come on, guys. Mitch and Mac. Mitch and Mac. You know who I'm picking already.
I know who you're picking, and you're going to lose. I think Chicago wipes the floor with New England.
I don't
I
think
think
wipes
that-
the floor. I think
I
Brady's
think
gonna be
that
under
defense
pressure.
is just too good. I think Khalil Mack is going to know Tom Brady's underwear label by the end of the game.
Yeah, and you know, at the end of this, he's gonna say, "I'm going New England."
No, I'm going
All the
Chicago.
Are you? Wow, really?
And you know
Wow.
what? It would not surprise me because it's a tough game for the Patriots to go out there.
It's in Chicago.
And Mitch Trubisky is coming into form, man.
Yeah.
That offense is coming around.
The defense is helping.
The defense is
defense
helping
playing
a lot.
really well is taking the pressure off of Trubisky. I'm going Chicago.
And the thing about Chicago, especially this time of year,
Ooh,
it
this
gets
time- I love
cold, it
Chicago
gets
this
windy,
time
all
of year.
this other stuff. So Chicago
starting.
becomes all about defense and running the ball. And they
Right.
got both.
And they got Trey
Yeah.
Burton,
And they got Trey
who's
Burton,
in my starting
who's in the
lineup.
starting lineup.
Yeah, who'll
So
score. a
I'm
couple
still
touchdowns
going.
for me.
I'm going Bears.
The commission's
No.
absolutely right. Really?
Attaboy, Mr. Peterson.
No.
You
He's
and I,
never
baby.
right.
You and me, baby.
Patriots.
No.
The goat will pull this game
Shocker.
out.
I can't believe it. And for the record, I would have picked Denver on Thursday night.
Who'd you pick this game?
I'm going Chicago.
Okay.
I think the defense, I think they get to Brady too much.
All right. Mr. Peterson took the Bears as well. Who are we giving Zach?
Give him no one.
Nah, we got to give him somebody. Who are we going to give him?
You know he will disown you if he pick. If he
I
pick
know. So we
you.
give him the Bears as well. he does not want.
I'll be
anything
the
to do
lone
with New
wolf.
England. You'll be the lone wolf on this
I'll
week.
take the Pats.
Next game.
You told me not to shout into the mic anymore.
God, that was great. I loved it.
Those Buffalo Bills travel up to Indy to take on Andrew Luck and the Colts.
If this isn't the toilet bowl game of the week, I don't know what is. This is going to be bad. I'm taking the Colts just because. Just because. I got nothing. Taking the Colts.
Frank Reich's got that offense kind of getting
Hey, 'cause
worked around,
Yeah, let's
Buffalo's
go
been
with
doing
that.
nothing.
and the Bills actually
Oh.
that their rookie quarterback is out for this. They're going with their backup. from
They're
what
going
I
with their backups backup. They're going with Derek Anderson. They're not
Ooh.
even
Who?
going with Peterman.
Who?
They're going with Derek Anderson.
Buffalo.
Who?
Buffalo is.
Derek Anderson, didn't he play for the Bengals in that Ice Bowl game against the Chargers? That No, that was another Anderson.
Derek Anderson played for the Panthers when Cam got hurt 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
We'll go with that. That works.
Colts.
That's great. I'm going Indy.
I will also take the Colts.
give Zach
The
Buffalo.
Bills. Yeah, give him the
And
Bills.
so did Mr. Peterson took Buffalo. Ooh, going down a limb there.
Going into Indy.
Yeah, Mr. Peterson, a little surprised at that, but okay.
Okay.
So, Mr. Peterson, it's your turn to yell, next game! Very good.
All right. Those disappointing Cleveland Browns
Oh, wow.
travel to Tampa Bay
I got the arse kick.
to take on
He did it.
those crab leg stealing, uber molested, Heisman Trophy winning, national champion, woo, Jameis Winston. And the
The
Tampa Bay
high flying, wheeling, dealing, kiss stealing.
Woo! Rolex wearing. Limousine riding.
Did everybody see the end of last week's Tampa Bay Atlanta game?
Give me your belt.
Where they flipped the ball and all D-Jack had to do was pick up the ball and walk into the end zone, and the douchebag couldn't even pick the ball up.
Wow.
Oh, it was terrible. That was terrible. I was so
Oh
happy
yeah,
to
that
see
was the live ball that they kneeled. Yeah, they downed it.
all Jackson
All they had
had
to do is walk it into the
was-
end zone.
That's right. What's his face? Evans flipped it back to Jackson. All Jackson had to do was pick the ball up and walk into the end zone because no one was there, and let the ball go right through his legs. Dumb ass. Well, this week,
Yes.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Right.
That's tough.
Because Cleveland got their butt kicked. Are they
Yeah.
really? Are they back
They-
to being
and-
Cleveland again, or?
Well, they got their butt kicked out on the West Coast, and now they're traveling down south. This is their second straight road game on the road.
Right. And they're going
Cross
West
country.
Coast to East Coast.
Yeah, they're going cross country.
You know, but Tampa Bay's defense just sucks. They're going to score points, but they're going to give up a lot.
Are they going to score points?
I think
is
they
Jameis Winston?
I think they're.
Are they going to put
I
the
think
pumpkin
they gotta
back in?
Put McGregor back in.
I think
Give me your
James is
belt.
gonna do
Give me
a
your belt.
Did you
Give me
see
your
the way
belt.
he threw that ball last week?
We'll get back.
Awful.
We'll get to that when we get to that game.
Awful.
I don't want to.
I'm gonna go Cleveland, but I'm not excited about that.
You say that every pick.
I know.
I'm not confident, in
Oh,
this, but I'm gonna go with.
I know I'm confident. I'm just not excited.
Oh, I'm gonna go with Cleveland. You give me Cleveland. I'm not
taking-
confident with it.
I'm taking Rob C's Browns.
And then next week's gonna be like, oh, I told you Cleveland was gonna win.
Have
they're
I ever done that?
Yes.
Wow, liars, both of you.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Peterson, you be the judge.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking the Bucks.
You're not taking your Browns?
I am taking the Bucks.
Wow.
Yeah, because I don't need that defense this week because
I think-
those Broncos they finally showed up for me.
I'm going Bucks. At home, Cleveland travel in the cross country again. I think the Bucks will do it.
All right, so
Not by a lot, but
we'll give Zach Cleveland.
Yeah, give him the Browns.
father son again.
Yep. And who did Mr. Peterson take? Mr. Peterson took where's it at here? Bucks. He took the Bucks.
I abstain.
So Nikki,
Yes, where are we heading to? The next game.
next game is those Detroit Lions travel to Miami to take on those Dolphins.
With Brock Osweiler.
That's right. Are they Brock Osweiler?
Brock Osweiler
Beat Chicago last week.
beat the Bears last week. And you know what? They're going to beat the Lions this week. I'm taking
Brock
Miami.
Osweiler over Ryan Tannehill?
Yeah.
Did they make that-
Tannehill's hurt?
Tannehill got hurt, right?
Again.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Again.
Torn labia again?
Something like that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Poor labias.
I think it's just torn confidence, but they're going to call it labia.
Yeah, his confidence hurt.
Yeah. So I'm
Ow,
taking
my
Miami.
ego.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
I'm still playing on the Dolphins.
Ow.
Yeah, I'm going Miami. I know I like Miami this year. I had confidence with them going into New England, and then they got their arses kicked.
Right.
But
They sure did.
shut up. I don't know. I think Miami's a better team this year for some reason.
Mr. Peterson wants the best Paul Heyman voice, so it's Brock Lesnar. How's
That was a
that?
high note at the beginning there. I don't think that was.
That wasn't called for.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Barach. Oswald.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman.
Wasn't I supposed to go along with that or something? I don't know. I forgot that. Never mind.
How many years ago?
It's been a while since
Been a long
me
time.
and wrestling.
Been a while.
Are we still picking the Dolphins-Lions game?
I'm going Miami.
Okay.
I'm picking the Lions.
All right. We'll give Zach the Lions. And who did Mr. Peterson take? He went Lions also. Okay.
Yay,
All
Mr.
right.
Peterson.
All right. So Mr. Peterson is time for the next game.
Next game.
And
the-
our other listeners out there.
Oh, yes. The start of the 4 o'clockers.
Like who?
Everybody.
Everybody.
The
Call
people
in.
who listen to it, not live.
Yes.
Wow, I said that and we lost a couple viewers.
Yeah. Jerk.
Way to go, asshole.
Those New Orleans Saints travel to Baltimore to take on those Ravens.
This is going to be a good game. I think the Ravens'
You think?
defense has turned the corner. I think they're better
Playing
than
better.
people think they are. I think the Saints' defense has taken a step backwards.
I don't
Right,
know, let's
but
look
they
up.
did
Let's
get-
look up one NFL stat so the other NFL stat can
Okay,
contradict
yeah, the
itself.
contradicting
Okay, go
NFL
ahead.
strats.
Let's see.
Let's
What
see.
do we
So
got?
we're doing Ravens defense,
Ravens
right?
defense.
Ravens defense.
Okay, so they are at.
Top 10?
Let's see. Right? Come on. You can do it. You can do it. All right, I'll get back to it.
Yeah, we'll get back to it. But don't forget, New Orleans got back the other running back last
Yeah,
week.
So
absolutely.
this has.
And that just
I apologize. League rankings for defense for Baltimore is number 1 on this page.
Right.
I'll go to the next page. Come back in a second.
okay. So they got their dynamic duo of
They
running
got
backs
Ingram and
now.
Kamara back
'Cause-
together.
Right, because now Kamara can play off of Ingram.
Yes.
Instead of being the feature back, which was kind of hampering him a little this year.
Yes.
So.
And,
First,
right.
on the second
There
page.
you go.
Ooh.
Wow.
So you got a damn fine defense down there in Baltimore right now. They're playing pretty well.
Against a very fine offense with, a magic man back there in Drew Brees.
So that's if you can set up alerts on your phone for when Breeze has the ball, then watch.
Right, yeah.
Turn that around. And it's
Oh,
probably
no,
gonna be
no.
hard.
Joe Flacco.
What about Joe Flacco? He's
What
losing
about
his job.
Delran's own Joe Flacco.
He's losing his job.
Isn't
Nah,
he
not
bagging
this year.
groceries yet?
Not this year. He's going to play it out this year.
He took her jabs.
And I'm taking Baltimore this game.
Good, because I got New Orleans.
I knew you would. So I'm taking Baltimore.
You knew
You
I
know-
would. Yeah, okay.
It is
Here,
kind
stick
of
that
a,
up your ass.
it is kind of a
Yosh.
quandary because New Orleans is a dome team coming up to the Northeast to play in what's probably going to be
It's
late
going
fall
to be
condition.
cold and
It's
windy.
going to be cold and windy.
They come to our house in the playoffs and win.
That was 9 years ago.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Jesus
Wow,
Christ.
like you're not predictable. I'm
you know
just
what?
saying, weather doesn't affect him.
Sure it does.
It does, and I'm taking Baltimore because of that, because they're home and they're playing a dome team.
And
out
we'll
there.
give Zach New Orleans just to be nice.
Yeah.
And Mr. Peterson took the Saints as well. All right. Next game.
All right. Talk
Wow,
about
aggressive. Very aggressive.
talk about a toilet bowl game that I have no interest in watching. Those Dallas Cow bitches
Already lost.
travel up to our nation's capital to take on that team.
The Redskins.
That team with the racist name.
The Deadskins.
Where the hell did Dallas come from last week?
I don't know. Who they play again? They played Jacksonville,
Jacksonville.
right? And Blake Bortles
And-
turned into
and
dump on
crap
them.
bola.
Yeah, the best defensive football gave up 40 points to
Dallas.
Dallas. With Conor McGregor. Ah,
Give me a belt.
Mr. Rubber Arms.
Did you,
yeah,
did
yeah,
you
give me your
see
belt.
the
give me
way
that.
he threw the ball?
He
Not a bunch.
threw it, yeah.
Oh,
That's what I
is
want
that
to say.
not the girliest throw ever?
And-
Dick
and-
punch.
Dick punch. Kind of punch.
Leg kick.
Leg kick. Give me your belt.
Give me your belt.
Actually, yeah.
So what the hell was that? Was that Dallas Awakening, or was that just a freak of nature
Was
game?
that just a bad Jacksonville? They didn't come in there. Road game. This was their road terrible game of the year.
That's they're all good questions. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what to make of that
But
game.
can you say it's their
Because-
road bad game of the year? Because they haven't been playing great.
No, they really
No, they-
haven't.
Ever
haven't
since you
playing-
dubbed them as the best
As
team
the
in
I
the
best
thought,
league.
and I'll be
the
honest,
best team
I,
in the
I,
league.
I thought for sure they would go to Dallas and wipe the floor with them. There was no doubt in my mind.
And they got wiped.
They were kicking their Dallas's ass, and Dallas turned around and just beat them.
Yeah,
I mean,
do
it
you
wasn't.
think-
There was no luck involved. Dallas just beat them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Dallas kicked their ass.
Yeah.
Do you think it was kind of what Minnesota did earlier in the year? Jacksonville looked completely past Dallas?
No, because they're playing Houston
they-
this week.
yeah, they're
I
playing
mean,
Houston, so
Yeah,
they
I mean
don't
that's
care.
a division. That's a division rival. I get that, but you
still.
you don't. You know what? When you're in Dallas, you don't look past the Dallas Cowboys because number one, you're on national television. Number
All
two,
the
you
time.
hate Dallas Cowboys. Believe me, that's a game you circle on your calendar to say I want to beat the piss out of that.
So do you think the winner of this game is who the Eagles will face off for the division win?
No.
Yeah.
You still think
Yeah.
Washington's a better team?
Oh, I do. I do. I think Washington wins this game on the just because of one man and one man only,
Alex Smith.
Alex
Oh,
Smith.
where is it?
He's got experience.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, and you know what? He's never played in this series before. He's never been in the Dallas-Washington game, which is for those two teams is a huge game. That is the rivalry. I mean, we
Yeah.
have rivalries with them, and the Giants have rivalries with them, but Dallas and Washington is the rivalry to each of those clubs.
Right.
And Alex Smith has never partaken to that. So he's like, who gives a shit? I'm going to throw 4 touchdown passes to Jamison Crowder of all friggin' people,
Right.
whoever the hell that is, and I think Washington wins.
Right. And is Adrian Peterson still healthy?
He's
He-
been running like a monster.
Yeah, but he was in limited practice this week because I think a shoulder injury or something.
That's
but
right.
I
Oh.
think he'll be there
I
Is
think
he
he
beating
wants
his
to
kid again?
prove to
with a
Mr.
switch.
I think he wants to prove to Mr. Elliott that he's still
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson.
And you know what? I think Elliott is going to have a much better game than Peterson, but I don't think anybody else on Dallas is going to have the kind of game they had last week. Guys like Cole Beasley.
I was about to say Cole Beasley actually has been the point of for Dallas.
Yeah.
He's been the player.
Been the
He's
Jason Witten.
the
He's there,
receiver.
yeah. He's like a Julian Edelman type of receiver. That's he's like an in-betweener that just
Right.
manages to make catches.
But there's a reason why Cole Beasley has ridden the bench all year on my team because
You're the person that drafted him. That's your
no,
fault.
I didn't draft him. I picked him up on a free agent, but he only has. I mean, he'll have a great week, then he'll vanish for 3. Then he'll have a great week, then he'll vanish for 2.
Yeah.
There's no consistency there at all.
That's the guy throwing the ball
I was
to
going
him
to say, that's
too,
the
so.
team.
That's Dakota Prescott, who I don't think is a very good quarterback. I'm
He's
like-
not, and it's a problem because games like those are making everyone believe he is.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know what? That's fine. Let them, because when it comes down to it, when he needs to come up big, he won't.
Right.
He won't.
Right, he proved
this
that
will-
last year.
Right, and this game may probably prove it because if you take the quarterbacks, Alex Smith is the better quarterback.
No question.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
so
Without
let's,
question.
if Dallas can do what they did last week to Washington, then you got to watch out.
Yep.
But if Washington smokes them, that was just a freak show last week.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the Redskins. Who do you got?
I'm going Washington. I think in Washington, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Washington.
Let's piss Zach off and give him Dallas.
Yes.
Okay.
I think he deserves that.
Oh, you should have given him Dallas and the Patriots in the same week.
That would have killed him.
Oh, he's not on the show anymore.
And Mr. Peterson also took the Redskins. All right, next game.
Next game, those Los Angeles Rams travel up the coast
Oh,
to take on those 49ers.
With Jimmy G. Never mind.
no.
Actually, no, with what's it? Engelbert? Humperdinck? What's it?
C.J. Beathard.
Beat Hard.
Beat
Beat
hard.
hard.
Beat Hard.
Beat hard.
Beat hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Who actually, they put up a decent game against the Packers for a little
They
bit.
did. They did. It was a very, very thrilling game Monday night.
Right.
Gotta
But
give them that.
But now they're playing a Rams team, and I don't know. Has this Ram team's fallen to earth a little bit?
I think they look beatable
Aren't they undefeated?
by good teams. Yes, they are. They absolutely are. But
Nick, way to bring
you
it
know
back,
what?
Nick.
And they may
I'm sorry.
they may essentially go 15-1. They're that good. But also, I mean,
Is
they're
this the one
showing.
loss?
No, this is one loss. Please. They may win 50-6 on Sunday. They're going to crush San Francisco. There's-
Congratulations, 49ers.
Yeah,
on the victory.
exactly.
But what's pissing me off is I'm playing the guy who has Jared Goff, and Goff is going against the Niners. Goff may go for 60 points all by himself this week.
Right.
Although there's no Cooper Cup. Cooper Cup is out.
Cooper Cup
Yeah,
is out.
yeah.
Cooper Cup is out.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's
he's
not
going
going to matter.
Ah.
It's going to be Gurley run left, Gurley run right, Gurley run left, Gurley run right,
Gurley run on
left,
water. Gurley.
Right.
Yeah, Gurley does backflips. Yeah.
Screen pass to Gurley, screen pass to Gurley.
Got a bunch.
Yeah, kind of bunch. Gurley.
Bugs Bunny center field, Bugs Bunny left field, Bugs Bunny
Exactly.
right field. It's not gonna matter.
So what if he
Gurley
gets
throws the ball.
hurt?
Gurley catches the ball.
Right.
What if he gets hurt first quarter like he does sometimes?
Who?
Gurley. Then you think it's a different game?
No, the Rams are gonna kill him.
Okay.
50-6.
Just asking.
You know what? I don't know, because even those great teams that go 15-1, that one loss is usually to a division opponent on the road. And the 49ers.
And this ain't it.
The 49ers.
Oh God.
can
Oh God.
step up.
Oh God.
They're always tough games.
It's gonna happen.
This is their rivalry
It's
game.
gonna happen.
I'm picking the Rams.
You chicken shit.
So Zach's got the 49ers?
Jack's
Yes.
got the Niners. Sorry, Zach. Should have been here. Mr. Peterson definitely took the Rams. There's no question about it. Nikki, where'd you go?
No, Rams.
Okay. Where are we going now?
Next game.
We're going to the next game, which is the Sunday night game.
Sunday night.
Sunday night. Not yet.
Oh, sorry.
One more.
You remember what's it broad that does the Curry Underwood?
Carrie Underwood. Oh my God. I don't like the song this year.
Yeah, whatever.
I like the song last year. I don't like this year's song.
It's the same. It's the
I
same
forget what
song.
it is now. I
Yeah,
just
it's
watch her. I
whatever.
usually put it on mute.
Yeah.
Just to
So-
stare at her.
She's hot.
You horn dog.
I like her legs.
Horny.
That game.
Next game.
Get that fan. Where's
Oh
the
my
fan?
God.
All right. The Cincinnati
Look, he's got to
Bengals.
hydrate.
Cincinnati Bengals
He's replacing his
Travel.
electrolytes.
travel to
It's just water.
Kansas City to take on Patrick Mahomes and those high-flying Chiefs.
Suffered their first loss last week, right?
It was in a tough game.
Are you surprised?
In a game
No,
that I honestly thought they were winning that.
Andy Fat Ass Cheeseburger Reed losing to the Patriots just seems appropriate.
There's your problem.
Right.
Right. Just seems like it always happens.
But doesn't he always gets to this point of the season, and it's just like
And it's-
they either keep rising or collapse?
teams come back to earth.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. But then you give Andy credit because usually in December he turns teams around too. So
Exactly.
it's that middle road in the season.
Yeah.
Where you wonder, okay, what kind of team does he have? But I think he's got a good enough team to beat these Bengals and the
Bengals
redheaded
are
wonder kid.
decent team.
They're
but
a
you know
decent
what?
team.
Watching their defense last week get shredded by Pittsburgh just tells you something, though.
I don't think that says anything. 'Cause
I think it does.
Pittsburgh shreds everybody.
And
Yeah,
you don't think the Chiefs'
The
offense
Chiefs'
is
offense,
way
which is
better than
which
Pittsburgh's?
if you hit your little buttony thing there, check their offensive rank
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who am I checking it for? Chiefs?
for the
The
Chiefs.
chefs?
Yeah,
Well, the one thing's going to say 4.
This is going to say ugly.
and the other one's gonna say
The Chiefs offense?
Chiefs offense.
It's 5. 5th.
See, I thought they were a little higher than
I
that.
thought they were like 2.
I thought they were 2 or I
Well, hold on.
possibly
Let
1.
me. That's the first screen. Let's go. I'll load the second
Yeah,
screen.
let's load the second screen.
No, I think the Rams are actually number
We'll see
1.
that.
I think the Chefs are number 2.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Well, hasn't been New England been
I
climbing back
think.
up there too now?
Yeah, but they came from like 15. They're probably like 7 or 8 right now.
Right. Yeah.
What did I say? They were 5th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
fifth.
And this screen has them as 4th.
There you go.
That doesn't make sense.
It makes no
Makes no
sense.
sense whatsoever.
Makes no sense.
I'm on
Um,
NFL.com. One page is telling me 5th. One page is telling me 4th.
Come on, NFL, get your act together.
Get
Let's,
shit
let's
together.
just assume this. The Chiefs are going to score a lot of points, and A.J. Green is probably going to have a huge day.
I hope.
He's because they've got
Fingers
him and Joe
crossed.
Mixon might go
Yeah.
might go a little ape shit.
It's gonna be a high scoring game.
I
Yeah.
need to beat Joe. So
But I think the Chiefs win like 35-30.
Yeah.
I almost called the score last week in the Chiefs-Patriots games. I just had the teams.
almost.
I think they
Mixed
almost put
up.
up 100.
Yeah.
Almost only counts in
So
horseshoes and
I'm-
hand grenades.
I'm taking
And
the
cornhole.
Chiefs.
Cornhole.
I'm going Chiefs just because it's in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
It's in KC.
Yeah, and I think Patrick Mahomes is gonna have a big day.
Big day.
Big day. Big
And
day.
we're gonna give Zach Cincinnati. Sorry, Zach. Should have
That's
been here,
awesome.
buddy. It's good you're working, pal, but you know.
Yep.
Oh, good for him.
Good
Right.
for him.
And now we move
He
to-
still
And
had
Zach.
he still had time to get his picks in though.
Right, did. And Zach, it's the last game.
Monday night, do it. Yeah,
And how much is this game gonna suck?
Oh man, is this a toilet? How is
Oh,
it
my
that
God.
this team has 2 national games in 2 weeks?
Because it's New York. Plain and simple, it's New York.
Here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna get smoked again, and all we're gonna hear about on all the sport, the national, the ESPNs and the FS1s, all we're gonna hear about is, oh, those New York Giants, how
Right.
terrible they are. Are they gonna get rid of Eli? You know,
Right.
it's like
And
it doesn't matter.
Odell walked
not
off the
gonna.
field again.
Yeah, Odell
Yeah,
smacked.
he punched
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Some inanimate object.
I want to say fan, but it's an
And-
actual fan that blows air, not a
Yeah.
fan in the crowd.
You know what's a shame about that? Saquon Barkley had just a game of his life against the Eagles last week, but all anybody talked about was his Eli done and Odell leaving the field early and punching the fan and all that.
All right.
No one said a word about what a great game Barkley had for the Giants.
150 all-purpose yards in the first half.
Right. Had over 100 yards rushing and almost 100 yards receiving.
Which would have been the first time in Giants history
Right.
that a player in one game gets 100 yards
and
rushing. And
no one
100
talked
receiving.
about that.
Wow.
Nothing.
Nobody. That pisses me off. That's why I hate the Giants. I'm taking the Falcons just out of spite. I think
Right.
the Falcons
Could you-
suck too, but I'm taking them out of spite.
Yeah.
Like I've been saying, though, could you imagine what he could do behind a good offensive line?
Yeah.
Or decent?
Well, here's the thing. I'm taking the Falcons. I think the Falcons will win big, but I think Saquon Barkley will have a big game.
Yeah, just like against the
absolutely.
Eagles.
It's against the
Yeah,
Eagles.
he's going to be good.
Absolutely.
He's going to do whatever he needs to do,
Yeah.
and Giants aren't going to be able to help.
On that artificial turf. He's going to get good
Oh,
grip.
yeah, he's gonna
and
run like a monster.
Yeah, and he's going to look so much faster.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. He's gone.
He's fast.
Gone.
All right, so who you guys taking?
Oh, we're all going
we're
Giants.
we're all going Falcons. Come on.
Oh, what?
Are you going Giants?
God, no. Zach is.
Zach
is.
Mr.
Zach, why are you
Peterson with
taking the
Falcons.
Giants? Zach, call us. Why are you taking the Giants?
Oh, Zach.
Oh, I guess I should have been paying attention if that light was lighting up at
I
some
was
point.
actually going to
always,
say.
I always wonder that.
You know,
we should somehow make that audible. You know,
Make it a mirror or something. So it
phone
flashes right.
call.
We're gonna take a break. When we come back, if you want to join us at 856-330-4749, we're gonna touch on a plethora of subjects, including Flyers, Sixers, Major League Baseball, a couple other things too. You never know.
And it's our well, it's not really our potpourri
No,
anymore.
it's not, because the Sixers and Flyers have both started their season. So we're going to talk about that when we come back after these messages.
This is Rob C., the instigator, and you're listening to The Joy Buzzer, sports talk with a buzz.
Broadcast media is all around you, and it's the people with media skills who work in this amazing industry. How do you gain those skills? The Philadelphia area campus of Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Affordable training in months, not years, without decades of debt. 1-800-TV Radio or gocsb.com.
I am the commish.
And I'm Rob C., the instigator.
Nicky Cola over here.
And we are the Joy Buzzer, the premier sports talk show, sports talk with a buzz.
And if you like our new sports talk channel here on YouTube Live, please subscribe.
And if for some crazy reason you like the show, smash that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the bell to get our notifications so when we go live, you're right here with us. Who the hell was that?
Oh, sorry, man. I just did a little.
Did it go up the wrong nose?
Woo!
Bumping.
It's time for potpourri on the Joy Buzzer.
It's
Just
that
say it's not potpourri anymore.
It's potpourri.
It's not potpourri anymore.
And I want to get started right away because last night our Philadelphia Flyers went into Columbus.
Well,
And-
some of them did.
Yeah, and actually had the lead for a little bit there.
You know who I blame for this?
Go ahead.
I blame Bundy. Because all he talked about was actually two people I blame for this. I blame Bundy because all he talked about was it's always a close game. It always, goes 1-1, always goes into overtime and everything. And I'm like, well, damn, somebody's gonna win by a lot. And then I blame the new chick Hatcher because she's like, we hope we don't hear this cannon a lot tonight. It was like a machine gun going off. Those are who I blame for this
Okay.
loss.
Rob C., who do we blame for this? Because we watched the game last night.
Yes, we did watch the game.
Snuggling together in bed.
Who do we blame for this?
We blame that.
That's all it. We're out of time here on the Joy Buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. We blame that defensive unit. Those kids just don't seem like they're ready to play.
Yep.
And we
So now we're
blame
blaming the defense this week?
No, wait a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, there's more.
I
And
apologize.
we're blaming the goaltenders for not stepping up. I was hoping Picard would have a better game than what he did, because definitely the defense let him down. He didn't pick them up.
Yep.
And it's just a shame because they actually had the lead in that game.
They did.
You know, and their game plan was correct. But Bobrovsky had given up. Bobrovsky had given up a bunch of goals in his last
8
game.
goals the game before.
And they came out firing on the net, keeping the pressure on him.
A lot of damn posts.
Hit a lot of
Which
damn posts.
suck because I'm like, we're
finish.
beating Bob and we're hitting the post again.
Yeah. But you know, they did take the lead. But yet, this young defensive team, and yeah, you can blame a little bit on you. Blame it on the fact that the veterans they got are not good. And blame it on those goaltenders.
Defensive veterans suck.
And you also have to give it up for the Blue Jackets. They kept fighting, and just like this first clip here, Duchesne's goal to tie the game up and stuff.
Duclair.
Duclair? No,
Duclair.
It was Duclair. Here it is, right here.
The Jackets march in. Here, Duclair blows a tire, still able to protect that puck. What a play! He's tied it up.
But who do you blame on that? Because that was just an extremely hard-working hockey player.
Great player.
That would not stop until he put the puck in the net, and that's what he did.
Absolutely great play.
I mean, that play was insane.
But you know what?
Picard's got
to stop that, but the defense is also going to knock him on his ass when he's down on his ass.
He's down on his ass.
But that's the thing is, they did knock him on his ass.
And then he got the.
And then he
kept control of the puck.
But
on his ass.
On his ass. But Picard's got to stop that.
Yeah,
Picard's
that's
got to
a
stop
Picard
that.
shot. I mean,
Oh,
you know
it
what?
sucked. You got a dude laid on the ice,
You know what?
still controlling the puck.
Awesome play, awesome single play.
Beautiful.
He all by himself did a great
I
job.
think-
No argument here. Picard's going to stop that puck.
I think I was just one that was destined to go in the net. I think you have to take that play out of that game,
right?
Because that was just you don't see that. When the hell do you see that? Whereas with the
see it-
goal,
you see
with
it,
the
sir.
goalie just getting beat,
You know
like
what?
like
In this hockey, you see it more and more.
the flow, yeah, because these goal scorers are ridiculous.
Right.
So even if you got a good defenseman, that dude sliding on his ass down and it still possesses the puck, gets up and rips a shot.
It's true. It's true. We can play. We could definitely see your point.
Right.
of that.
I want to take that play out of it, out of
Okay.
that game because
Okay.
All right.
Play your next one.
they still lost by a lot.
Well, we got it. We'll play the next one next.
Okay.
They
but,
still lost by a lot, yes, but that play was just.
Well, actually, no. Remember, after that, they went back. Indy took the lead on a Coots's
On a
great
flub.
wrister
Oh, that one,
over
yeah.
the
Over Bob's glove.
Over Bob's glove.
Never moved his glove.
Never
Went over
moved his glove.
Yeah, the little flub, the little knuckleball.
Right.
Yeah.
Just right at the end, last
Yeah.
minute of the period.
So they went into the second period up 2-1.
2-1, and
Well,
you know,
that-
and then they have
That guy rolling on his back, that wasn't their first goal.
Yeah,
it wasn't. It was like their second goal because that was.
I thought their second goal. No, because their second goal was scored a minute into the second period.
That
So that was
that's true.
that was like their third or fourth goal.
Was
What
I thought that was the first.
I
goal.
thought there was a first goal. I think it was their first goal.
Keep talking, I'll look.
All right,
All right,
doesn't
look it
matter.
up.
You know what? It doesn't matter because they
doesn't
got their ass
matter.
kicked.
It doesn't
So-
matter, but
but
you know
the-
they.
But play the next one.
Play the
because
one, well, this is-
one bugs me, and I'll tell you why
Right.
after we play the clip.
This was late in the game. The Flyers are down 4-3.
Yep.
And it looks like they're making a little bit of a push where if they play better, you know, and they grind it out, they get the tie. I think there's like less than 5 minutes.
They
may have
just killed off a power play.
came off a power
They
play.
just killed the power play.
And yeah,
Right.
Columbus is still buzzing.
Yep.
And here we go. We're in the Flyers zone right now.
Kopech. Oh, here. Across the line, Anderson on the turnover and the miscue. Backhand and scores!
What was the key word there?
Anderson, the leader in goal.
Turnover.
Right.
Miscue.
Turnover.
Right. Okay, now, here's my problem.
That was the big.
Fopen has the puck, falls down. Happens. Doesn't happen a lot. Happens. Seen it happen before. The guy gets the puck, whoever the hell scored the goal, and throws a weak-ass backhander towards the net. This thing was weak.
Yeah.
And it gets by
Picard.
whatever the hell the guy, Picard. He's
Pickard.
got to save that puck. He absolutely must save that puck.
To keep them in this game.
Right.
Because now
It's the pivotal moment of the game. I mean, this is it. You save that puck, you still have a shot at least tying the game.
Right.
Because you're still down just a goal.
You're down a goal with 4 some odd minutes.
You
to
know,
play.
okay, it was a shitty turnover in their own zone. Terrible
Happens.
turnover.
Happens.
But yeah.
That's what's burning
But
them
you know
again.
what? Your goalie, as Rob said, your goalie has to pick them up.
So
And right now, neither goalie on the Flyers is capable of picking up a
defensive
lapse.
unit that is struggling because
Brian-
they're young and their veterans aren't.
We don't know
picking-
Picard well enough, and Brian's streaky. Elliot's streaky.
They suck, Nick. I think they're proving that. Florida game. Come on. Tell me how many goals Elliott gave up. He gave them up. There may have been one goal that wasn't his fault.
Didn't we win
Every
that
other
game?
goal, I think, was 5. He gave up.
That was a complete team.
It's terrible. They're terrible goalies.
Yeah, obviously they're not good goalies, but you don't
They
find you
don't
don't
say
have
they're
those
not good.
guys.
They suck. So why not? You know what? Bring up Stolars. Let's see what he can do. These two guys have cost you now almost 2 games.
Yeah, but
maybe more.
It's
But
game
here's
7.
the thing. Here's the thing.
But
though.
they're not going to get any better. You know that, and I know that.
Yeah, but it's
They're
you're
not
acting-
capable, and especially with a
You're
with
acting
a,
like this
with
is
a
game
young
50.
defensive core
So
who are going to they're going to give up plays, and if the goalie isn't there to stop them to pick them up, you're looking at losing a lot 8-5, 6-3.
yeah, but they
didn't lose that game.
They could have. They should have.
They should have, but they didn't. So
No thanks to Elliott.
Right. Well,
I mean,
here's the thing.
Elliott
though.
played well in the shootout.
It was Packard.
Whatever.
Picard.
It-
whatever the
Picard.
Card.
Whatever.
Here's
he's
the
going
thing.
by. I don't even
Our-
think he's
our-
going by Picard.
My point that I want to make
Go ahead.
is
Yes.
if you don't trust these 2 goalies and you bring up Stoli the goalie and the other young goaltender, now you risk having a Swiss cheese young defense and a young goaltender back there who, if they get crushed, you have no future.
Now, you know what? See, I've been thinking about that too, and I think if Carter Hart goes in the goal, which he's not, we all know he's not going to play up with the Flyers this year.
Not
It's
this
not
year.
The
gonna
only
happen.
way he does if all 9 of our goalies get hurt.
Now, but here's my thing: you put him in goal right now for the Flyers, and say just play.
Who, Hart?
Yes, just play. You're going to get scored on. You're going to get beat a lot. You're not going to have the best win-loss record. Just play to your capabilities.
No, because I don't want to. I don't
You're go- you
exactly
have to
like
force it
Rob
out.
C just said.
That's
I don't
gonna
want to
crush
see
him.
him get shattered.
Yeah.
Because your defense is
But you
not
know what?
doing
If
That'll
he
anything.
shatter
goes
us
there
then.
knowing he has no pressure on him to perform,
No.
because he won't.
No.
He won't.
No.
He-
You go in there. You go into
See,
here and
goaltenders-
you let in 5-6 goals every game.
That
what confidence
ruins,
is that?
That's going to ruin a
That's
young
gonna ruin
goalie's
him.
psyche.
You're ruining our star goaltender.
Yeah.
You bastard.
Anna, you're a monster.
Hell is wrong with you?
A goddamn monster.
So the Sixers played a game last night as well.
That's a different story. That's a different show. But I don't. I just you're acting like yes, they suck. But you're acting like this is game 40 or 50. This is game 7.
No, it's not. It's game 89 because we went through 82 last year with
No,
this.
no. It's game 7.
No, it's not because we had Elliott last year and he sucked all last year.
I think the way
It's
he
the
played at the end of the
same
season was
thing
what we got. How we got
over
into
and
the
over.
playoffs.
What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Clearly not, 'cause they
We're
started a
not
different
gonna
goaltender.
get different results.
They started a different goaltender
Well,
last night.
We'll
How
find
is that
out. We'll
Saturday?
find out tomorrow against the Devils as the Flyers host
At
the Devils
1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock.
And do we know who's starting in goal? It doesn't matter.
They probably
because
don't even know
one
yet.
of them is going to give up a shit goal that's going to cost us the game. I'm
And what's
really-
going to happen in the Avalanche game?
And
which
I
is,
tell you what,
Monday night.
it
at
pisses
7.
me off because you watch the guys up front. They're playing their asses off. They're playing their asses
The guy,
off.
We
and
wanna
the guys
scoring.
you hate.
Yeah, they are.
We
And
want a shootout.
You know I don't like giving out compliments to guys like Giroux and Vorsuck and Simmons.
But that's the
but
thing.
I will because they are playing their asses off.
Right, you
And then you
can't
got a
blast
shit
them.
guy on the back end.
So your
who
centers
gives
and
up a
forwards.
crap goal,
Yeah.
and all these guys did all this for nothing.
Right.
3 goals against Columbus or whoever we played there in Nashville should have been enough to win.
Nashville.
Columbus.
Columbus.
Should have been enough to win. 3 goals is usually enough to win.
Those are always close games.
Not
No.
anymore.
You can't
No.
blast the offense, and you can't blast anyone on the offense. Everyone's stepping
Oh,
up.
I can, but I won't this time.
I don't think you
But,
can.
I absolutely
but right
can.
now, the failings of the offense are minuscule by the glaring holes
Oh, absolutely.
in their defensive
Absolutely.
units and their defensive pairings.
Yes.
And you hate to see those kids.
That's the
struggle
thing
like
is that's
that.
I don't. It's the little slip because I think defense is scoring. Robert Hagg is playing amazing. I liked him
Really?
last
How many
year.
points does Provolo have? 1.
Okay.
1. So their defense isn't scoring because he's their best defenseman, and he's not scoring.
Hag's
so don't
scoring.
say the defense is scoring.
Hag's not scoring.
He has
None
2
of the
goals.
defense.
And maybe an assist.
For a defender in Game 7?
But what I want out of my defense is last 5 minutes of a game, shut down the other team. Play 5 minutes of good hockey. You
Right.
know?
It's
And they
almost like
can't do
they're sitting back a little bit when they get a lead.
And if you noticed last night, at the end of every period, 2 minutes left, 3 minutes left, when you're supposed to play your hardest, that's when the Flyers started sucking.
Right.
You know, except the end of the
For
first
the
period,
second
they
and
got
third.
Play
that,
clean.
they got that fluke goal at the end of the first
Yeah,
period.
the second-
that Bob
but that's-
99 out of 10, 99 out of 100 will save.
I don't understand with the game last night. They just weren't shooting. There was a couple times
they
I saw
started.
there was a
That
couple
was the
times I
game
saw
plan.
Couturier in the middle of the ice in the slot. I need to pass it backwards.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they're just not like you score a goal like that on Bob, you pepper the shit out of him.
That should have been the game plan. And I
Right.
thought the first period, that was the game
Right.
plan.
Throw
Throw
everything you
all
got.
that
Because
rubber
you see what
on 'em.
happened.
Throw everything
Yeah.
you got at him.
You throw a little pop shot at him, and he whiffs, and it went in the net, just like the game before when he let in 8. I don't understand why they would not keep shooting on him. That's what I don't get. It's just you can't say that's a coaching thing. Pass it,
can't
pass it, pass it.
Why
Why would
can't-
the coach
I
tell?
can blame the
Why
coach.
would the coach say pass it nonstop?
No, the coach should have been saying, "Why are you friggin' passing throw it to the net?" Speaking of coaches, and I got to get a touch on this real quick with Brett Brown.
Are we talking
We're done with the Flyers. It's
All right.
20 after. We're done with the Flyers. We
Oh,
went
okay.
long enough.
Oh, rah. Take on the New Jersey Devils tomorrow at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock game. Don't forget.
Who cares? So Brett Brown last
Brown.
night, the Sixers, who actually won the game by a bundle,
Barely.
were up by 23. I think it was 23, 24.
We're not going to talk about opening night.
With about hang on 1 second. With
Why-
about
why-
10 minutes left
why-
in the
why would you
game,
go backward?
because we started with the coaches. And Alex
I-
Smith is coaching the Sixers.
That guy gets around like Dickie Hurts.
He's all over the place. So Brett Brown, in his normal stupidity, decides, you know what? I'm going to take all my big names out with 10 minutes left of the game, and I'm only up 22. I'm going to take them all out and rest them. It'll be good for them. And what happens? Back comes Chicago.
So exactly what happened all of last.
Exactly. So, you know, old Brady Brown thought, oh, the Chicago Bulls are going to give up. We're going to win this in a cakewalk. And guess what? Chicago almost did the impossible and came back.
So exactly what they did all last season, he's doing again this season.
But at least they're limited to the fourth quarter now.
Right.
Because that's what he did last season, right? He'd pull out the starters, the other team would crawl back, and
Right.
he'd have to throw the starters back in to save it.
Speaking of that, that's what happened against the Boston opening night. It was the same plays run the year before. There was nothing new to this offense. There was nothing new to this defense. It was the same Sixer team that walked off the court a loser against Boston in the playoffs last year, that walked off the court a loser against Boston this year. It was the same team, and there was no difference in the offense, the way things were run, the way Brett Brown coached, the substitution rotation. Nothing changed. Nothing.
Well, there was no Marco Bellinelli there this year.
Bellinelli.
No Marciano. But yeah, you're right. It was the exact same team.
There was no.
So what do you have to look forward to then this year?
The same exact thing.
So
it's going to be the
so
they're
going to meet the Celtics team in the finals.
We're gonna win 55 games. I'm saying 55 ish. we're gonna play the Celtics in the conference
stipulation
finals,
in there.
and we're gonna lose. We can't beat Boston. Not the way we're coached. We cannot beat Boston.
So when is Brett Brown's reign over here?
I don't know. His contract goes for like 2-3 years.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, they keep signing him because he's a good soldier.
He was the fall guy.
What do you got over there? You're giggling.
Nothing. I'm just waiting for an opportune time to use it again. You know what I'm going to use.
Go ahead and use it.
Wait, say something about Brett Brown.
Brett Brown has got to go. We're all getting sick and tired of the same thing. We've
So this is
trusted
all, who the hell has their phone up?
I do. We've trusted the process now for a couple of years, but the process we didn't know would include Brett Brown still being here. Brett Brown was
'Cause that-
great when the kids were learning.
That was the process.
Right.
Was for him not to be the
Was not
coach
to
when
be
they
the
were doing
coach.
well.
You think that was really part of the process? That
I
Brett
do.
Brown,
That
so
Brett
what?
Brown was
So-
going to teach them how to play
so
basketball.
why haven't the Sixers
He was the fall guy.
owner and management pulled the trigger on that yet?
I'll tell you why. 2 words: Jerry Colangelo. He went through all that shit last year with the texting,
The
and
tweeting.
what-
So
right,
you're
all that.
thinking that if,
So if-
Jerry
if-
Colangelo didn't have that,
If
if that whole thing,
if we kept everything
and
smooth,
Jerry Colangelo was still a part of this
Brett
organization,
Brown would be gone.
Gone or moved to some other
Brett Brown would be gone.
title
You
in
know.
the
Yeah, you would have to-
organization.
He would get special consultant to the secretary, the traveling secretary.
well,
still with
no,
the-
he wouldn't even
still with
do
the
that
team.
because he'd want to coach somewhere. So he'd be open, take a year off, and try and coach somewhere else if that was the case.
But he's not a game day coach. He's an X and O guy off the court when they're practicing. That's fine. I wouldn't mind him teaching my kid to play ball. That's great. When it comes to actual game management and substitution rotations, things like that, he's just subpar. He's subpar. This
So,
team.
Do you think he just needs a better staff underneath him, better assistant coaches? Because
No.
a lot of times the assistant coaches are the game runners and stuff.
Sure they are. No, the guys are okay. The problem is now is the way it is with all sports. It's the analytics are taking over.
But basketball is the original.
Kapler.
analytics.
You're going numbers now instead of going gut and going watching the team and coming up with your own opinion. You're not forming your own
It's
opinion.
what
now.
Kapler did with all of our pitchers.
Exactly.
Take
It's
them
the
out
same
early
thing with basketball.
in the early season
you're
to
running
save them for
numbers.
the end. And you see last year, it burned them.
It didn't work. You're running numbers. Don't run numbers. Just play basketball.
Run the ball.
Right. So the Sixers, they got their asses kicked by Boston opening night. Came back and won against Chicago.
Right.
Home opening night.
1-1.
Yeah, they play again tomorrow night against the Orlando Magic.
See,
I believe, yes.
7:30.
In Orlando, I believe.
No.
I'm
Home.
sorry, it's home.
We're
'cause
home.
It's both teams are home tomorrow. Flyers in the afternoon, Sixers in the evening.
Correct.
Ooh,
And then they
ooh.
play Tuesday.
That means the
in-
beginning of the Sixers game, we'll get a switch over the stadium montage.
Which is actually really, I've seen
favorite
that
part.
done a million times. It's really
It's
cool.
still cool.
It's really
Cover
cool.
up the ice. It's still cool.
It's neat. It really is.
And then,
I
and
will
then
definitely go with
the
that.
Sixers go on a little mini road trip. They go Tuesday night
Is that thing loaded?
to yeah.
Okay.
They go to Detroit, take on the Pistons.
Where you at, Nick?
Give me a bounce. And then they go travel to Milwaukee to take on the Freak
Yeah, that's gonna be the because
Wednesday night.
the Milwaukee Bucks are supposed to be one of the top 4 teams, along with us, the Celts, and the Raptors.
And the Raptors.
that are going to run this the Eastern Conference for the next couple of years. So we'll watch the Sixers tomorrow night. But we do got to
Yeah.
touch on one more thing that I know of, unless you guys have
Yeah.
something else. But
Union finish up their regular
we
season.
we
Yes,
got
that's right.
we got baseball playoffs first. The Dodgers when we're done, the Dodgers will be taking the field against the Milwaukee Brewers on a closeout. Could be one of the closeout games.
And
Ooh.
speaking of closeouts,
Kimbrel deals in the air, deep left field, hit well. Benintendi on the run. He's got it, and the Boston Red Sox are headed to
let's
the World
congratulate
Series.
what we've said all year.
Truth.
The Boston Red Sox, probably the best team in baseball. And this series they were playing against the Astros was we've said it, this was the World Series because
Oh, yeah.
as much as the Dodgers will be coming back if they come back and they clinch tonight, or the Brewers win those last 2 games in Milwaukee, I think the Red Sox, the winner of the Red Sox Astros series, was gonna win the World Series.
I agree.
Even
I
though
agree.
Boston was cheating.
Yes.
I was just saying.
Yes,
I didn't know-
they cheated their way through 108 wins.
I didn't know pine tar was allowed in the playoffs.
Nick, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
That's right. But you know that's the
Hey,
Boston motto.
Like,
If anybody
apparently-
up in New England
right.
would care to bring that up.
Does anybody remember Bobby the Brain Heenan?
Yes.
Bless
You know, his line, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
But you know what? Cheating, no cheating. They won 108 games. They were the best team in the regular season.
Oh, by far.
And cheating thing aside with Sale or whatever, you could really root for this team because all those guys are grinders. Those are the kind of ball players you can kind of get behind.
You
Guys
want
like
those guys on your
Mookie
team.
Betts, Jackie Bradley Jr., Porcetto there, JD Martinez, who said, you know what, I want to go to a franchise that believes in winning. Took less money than he would have gotten somewhere else as a free agent.
Right.
And is now the AL, probably going to be the AL MVP.
Probably.
And got things kicked off last night against his old team by taking Verlander deep and giving him the lead.
And then there's David Price, who went 6 strong innings, 9 strikeouts, threw a shutout. First career postseason
win.
First career.
For a quality guy. He was a good guy.
And a quality pitcher who's been around for a long time and has good stuff and puts up good win totals during the regular season, but during the postseason.
And who was getting maligned up there in Boston.
Yeah.
He was getting maligned for not being a playoff
last night was
guy.
big for him. It was
Right,
just
so.
huge. And then, like I said, tonight, Dodgers, Brewers.
Brewers.
And if the Dodgers do win, I will root for them in the World Series if they put Chase on the roster.
Put Chase Utley
he hasn't been on the roster at all.
He has not. Which is
think
why
he
I'm
will.
rooting against them.
Yes.
Because I actually like the Brewers because, and we discussed this before, the Phillies could have had Christian Yelich.
Who will win the MVP this
Who
year.
probably will win the NL MVP, and who, once he got on the Brewers took off.
Didn't
and
look back. Yeah.
Did not look back.
Nope. And this is a guy who hit for the cycle twice this year.
Right.
Ooh.
That's just
That's a
ridiculous.
home run, single, double, and triple.
Yes. Twice he did that. Very good, Nick.
Wait, hold on.
God, something?
Oh, I can't
Something?
do that.
Is there something?
Where is it?
I
Come
gotta
on,
find
come
it.
on,
Come on.
I gotta, wait. You
I'm
gotta
waiting.
talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
Get ready
Think
to
amongst
say it
yourselves.
again, Nick. Get ready to say it again.
Get ready to say again.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take two.
Come
We'll
on,
take
let's
two.
go.
Come
I'll
on,
wait
come on,
for
give
it.
it.
Wow,
No,
what's
no, no.
this? What are you doing over
come
here?
on, come on, come on, come on,
Jesus
come on, come on,
Christ,
come
we're
on.
running out of time.
Unbelievable.
Somebody's going to have to set me
Okay.
up.
Alex
Smith.
All right.
Is that what
All
I
right,
was waiting for?
so say it again.
Say it again.
Say it
Hurry
again.
up. Say it again, Nick.
What am I saying again?
The
A
cycle. What's
thing.
the
Go ahead.
cycle?
The lines of cycles.
A cycle. That's a home run, a single, double, and triple. Oh, that's what we were going for on that
I was
one?
waiting for the ding.
You want a ding for that?
I thought a ding was going to give.
I thought we were
give
doing
a
the more
ding
you
for
know.
Oh, that's the more you know? Yeah. There you
I
go.
think that works
Do we
too.
have the more you know even on here anymore?
Yes, we did.
There it is.
We'll do it all. We'll do it all.
And
We get all
that's
three.
The
I got
more
a
you
full
know.
soundboard run on that one.
Yeah, you did.
Nobody else has done that on Joy
That's right.
Buzzer.
He also gets this because he's Nicky Cola, and without him the show doesn't run.
It's
Ah.
Nicky's Joy Buzzer.
It's Nicky's Joy Buzzer.
Nicky's Joy Buzzer.
So
All
give,
right,
give yourself a
Nick,
hand,
we got
Nicky.
about 30 seconds. Let's hit your union up. Give me your stats for the union.
They play second to last game of the season against the New York Red Bulls on Sunday, 3
Yeah.
o'clock.
Is this a big game?
No, they already are in the playoffs.
Is there like a
the-
rivalry
Oh,
or
yeah.
like that?
It's New
Yeah,
York.
it's New York.
Okay. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Philly, New York? They could be playing freaking bottle caps. Come on.
Handball?
Handball. Fucking Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake.
They still do have an opportunity to jump NYCFC. So
Do they?
if they could win it, they play NYFC the last game of the year. So
Okay.
Right. With
let's
a
go
chan-
for a win. Let's make it
let's
1
go for a
point
win.
possibly.
Right.
And then
Ma-
jump them.
Right, and jump them and get into that third playoff
Third
position,
spot.
which would be kind of
That'd be cool. Especially for the
Rawr.
kind of bad start of the season they had.
Right.
Absolutely.
Let's
Very
go
good.
Union.
Let's go Union.
Let's
Go
go
Union.
Philadelphia sports.
Right.
Right.
Yay,
right.
sports.
Yay, sports.
Right.
All right. That's our show for this week.
Hey, hold on. That's the end of the. Is that the end of? Hey, I know Nikki loves this.
Let's try it again. That's our show for
It's
this
just every
week.
time I touch something, you send that alarm off.
Hey, look, I don't send this one out to you.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm Nicky Cola.
Nicky Cola.
It's a pleasure to be here, guys.
The instigator, Rob C.
Rob C gets cheers for running the soundboard. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
that's
you.
great.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, the Flyers are playing so bad
How bad are they?
that I broke back out my Phillies gear. Wait,
Ooh,
wait,
wow,
wait,
really?
wait.
Don't cheer that. Don't fucking cheer. That's better. Give me the crickets. Awful. Just
Love
awful.
you, brother.
I am the commish. This is the Joy Buzzer. Listen, I will be gone the next 2 weeks.
Where you going?
I'm going to Hawaii.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Hawaii.
What is it? What are me and Nikki going to do?
Nothing.
I
We're
don't-
taking 2 weeks off.
I don't
Hooray!
know. Oh, you guys aren't doing the show?
I don't know. We didn't discuss
We
anything.
didn't discuss it.
So-
If we do, it's going to be the troll on the commish 2 weeks.
That's fine.
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't that what it's going to be anyway?
Rorschach needs to go.
Rah, Rorschach, yeah, rah,
Why am I
rah.
sounding like Cunningham?
That's our show this week. Thank you for listening.
Basically, his voice is just going to be this.
See you in 2 weeks.
So long, farewell, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. I'd like to stay and taste my first champagne. Yes?
No. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. I leave and heave a sigh and say goodbye.
The sun has gone to bed, and so must I. So